Welcome to part 3 of our cargo trailer conversion. In this episode, we install our CVT Summit Series rooftop tent. Make sure to stay tuned until the very end when we will sit down and go over our thoughts about this tent.
So today we are installing our CVT tent and we got snow. I guess the first thing we're going to need to do is shovel out the barn, since I was an idiot and didn't close the door last night. Looks like this tent was inspected on February 4th, 2018. So I've been sitting in the showroom for a while.
Wow.
Guess it goes to show why they were doing a closeout.
Yeah.
Okay, we got the rails attached. That back one, kind of a pain. You either got to reach all the way through, or you got to get your arm inside there. Fortunately, I got a kid with little arms. Got the self-tapping screws. Okay, we got the ladder installed. The bolts there. I think the bolts I was supposed to use, I used to put the rails on. So I ended up using some of my own hardware, which were just a tad long, I think, but they should work. Thanks for sticking around. We want to make sure we get this out of the way up front. We very much are enjoying our tent. Very much so. But here are a few things we wanted to point out, some of which we've not seen in other videos. So first off, our trailer crossbars were not installed correctly from the manufacturer. This is not something we really realized until we went to put the tent on and it wobbled.
Yes, it's very uneven and we need to fix that next time around.
We actually have a plan. The tent's coming off this week and those will be getting fixed. So that's you can see it in the video, they wobble quite a bit, but we're going to get that fixed.
And then item 2 on our list.
The instructions and hardware. CVT does a very good job of providing you all of the nuts and bolts that you're going to need. They even give you the tools to fit those nuts and bolts. However, everything is the same diameter bolt. And during the instruction or building process, the instructions will tell you to grab such and such diameter bolt to use. Never telling you what length to use. So you're stuck kind of guessing. There were a few points where we guessed wrong and it required us to redo several pieces or go to our own hardware bin and supplement. So now we've got some extra hardware. We got the tent up onto the rack of the trailer, only to realize that the bolts that go through the tent base into the cross rails of the tent were too long. So when we went to slide the head of the bolts to clamp onto the trailer, they couldn't pass through, couldn't go past the bolts that we had attached the extruded aluminum with. So while the tent's up on the trailer, I had to crawl underneath the mattress and replace all those bolts. It was a royal pain. And I feel like it's something that could very easily be fixed with some simple call-outs of the right length of the bolts to use, or to have the bolts labeled within each one of their little sections of the packaging.
Just packaging them with the right size, or something that correlates to what the instructions said, to make it easier to figure out, even if it was just use A, B, and C.
Right, a simple attach the cross rails with bolts A.
Yeah.
And then the ladder rack brackets get attached with package B.
Something similar to that.
Yep. All right, and so the rest of the little issues and hiccups we had while installing the tent, I just chalk up to A, it being very cold out, and 2, I had never installed a rooftop tent before, so I'm sure if it was my next one, would go a lot smoother. So I guess just go slow. Don't choose an extremely cold day to put it together.
Yeah, that was not good.
That wasn't good. But I had a bad back throughout the beginning of the winter, so we needed to get this done, and that was the day we did do it.
Yes, if time is not your enemy, then you have the time to do it when it's a little warmer out. It's much easier. The cover on that thing is super heavy duty, which is awesome. It's wonderful, but it's hard to work with when it's cold outside. And we were talking polar vortex snow apocalypse for our area, and it was pretty cold.
For the Pacific
outside.
Northwest, we considered it really cold.
It was pretty cold. We were in the teens, and that's cold for us, and working with that material outside was...
The tent's very heavy. The material in the Summit series is very heavy. The cover is very heavy, and these are all very good things. All reasons why we bought the CVT. However, when it's cold and everything is stiff, it's not easy to work with. We've since been using the tent a little bit in warmer conditions, and everything seems to work a little easier. My only other major complaint is on the zippers. The zippers are a pain, especially around the corners. My brother has a different brand tent, which goes on and just has heavy-duty Velcro all around the base to hold the cover on. It seems to go on easier. However, we will see in time if his Velcro starts to fail before our zippers fail, because our zippers are very heavy-duty. So I guess time will tell on that one. I think those are our major points. As we use it, it gets easier. We find little tips and tricks. So we're very happy with this tent.
We love it. I love it very much.
We've compared it with my brother's brand of tent, who he also bought it about the same time. And the quality on the CVT is top notch. The mattress is wonderful.
Much better than the other one. When I compared them one right after the other, it was night and day. The mattress that's in the CVT tent that comes standard with it is great, and we haven't even had a need yet to add anything to that. Whereas as soon as I was in the other one, I knew I would be having to add extra mattress to that in order to be comfortable.
So we're very happy with the CVT. We really, other than some better installation instructions, we think it's a wonderful product.
Yes, we do. We're excited to get to use it quite a bit this summer and get a little better each time we do it.
Yep. So to end out this video, here's a picture of a Madison and her snowman that she built while I was wrestling with the tent on top of the trailer.
She was hiding from the yelling too.
But it's a very nice snowman, and here in our part of Oregon, we seldom get snow that's good for building snowmen, and this was a pretty awesome snowman.
Thanks for joining us.
And until next time, when we see you in our Kia.